Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I know so many of you over on TikTok have been blowing up the comments asking for this, so today we're finally doing some customer reviews analysis for it. But before we dive into that, be sure to check out this exclusive discount available for it. You'll find it in the description and in the first comment under this video. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Now, let's hear directly from our first reviewer about their experience.
This reviewer decided to take a chance on a newer model from a lesser-known brand, hoping to find a great value. The company's philosophy seemed to be about prioritizing the essential features while cutting costs on extras, resulting in a 49-inch curved monitor at a much more accessible price point than its big-name competitors. Our reviewer was willing to accept this trade-off, and it certainly paid off. While this monitor forgoes some frills like a remote control, fancy LED lighting, or a glossy finish, these were considered acceptable omissions. The integrated speakers are functional but not exceptional, yet their inclusion is still a plus. For this client, these were minor compromises for the significant savings and the quality of the core product. The main attraction, of course, was the screen itself, which was completely stunning. Despite some initial hesitation about the panel technology, the visuals were incredible, with fantastic brightness, beautiful colors, and impressive HDR performance. The ultrawide format proved to be a massive productivity booster, allowing for an efficient 3-screen workflow that was a significant upgrade over a previous dual-monitor setup. The reviewer did encounter one small hiccup where the monitor wouldn't wake from sleep automatically with their computer. However, this was easily resolved by changing a power setting in the monitor's menu, a helpful tip for other potential users. After several months of daily use, this monitor has continued to perform flawlessly with no glitches or reliability issues. The purchase is still considered a great success, with the only future consideration being a preference for an even tighter curve and a higher pixel density on their next upgrade.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer was upgrading from a first-generation 49-inch curved screen from a major brand, which they found to have its share of quirks and was a serious undertaking to get set up. In stark contrast, this new monitor was incredibly easy to assemble. Within minutes of unboxing, it was fully operational, requiring just a few screws and plugging in the necessary cables. Our reviewer was immediately struck by how much lighter this display felt compared to their old one. The computer instantly recognized the screen's higher resolution without any need for manual configuration, which was a welcome surprise. The physical design also earned high praise. The controls are clearly marked and conveniently located, and the ports on the back are easily accessible, unlike their previous model. This client was particularly pleased to be rid of the clumsy stand design and bulky feet of their old monitor. On-screen experience proved just as positive for their productivity-focused work. Text is exceptionally clear and easy to read, though the high resolution meant they needed to increase the font size in some applications. The extra screen real estate feels substantial, providing ample room for multitasking. They use window management software to keep 4 active windows neatly arranged, which is perfect for their workflow of juggling email, messaging apps, documents, and web browsing simultaneously. While our reviewer is not a gamer or creative professional and cannot speak to color accuracy or response times, they found the monitor to be excellent for general productivity, noting it easily beats a multi-monitor setup. Acknowledging that the long-term durability is still unknown, they feel the excellent out-of-the-box experience and impressive value make it a worthwhile investment, especially since their more expensive previous monitor began failing after only a few years.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer has been testing this display for about a week, and they're coming at it from a pretty specific angle. They juggle 3 different computers, a MacBook Pro for their main web admin work, a Windows PC with Radeon for web design development business, and another Windows PC with NVIDIA for gaming. This setup meant needing a USB switch to seamlessly share a keyboard, mouse, and webcam across all devices. Unfortunately, this client found the display's built-in switch only handles 2 computers and 2 shared devices. That might be fine for some, but our reviewer needs to share 3 devices, which required an external USB switch anyway. Before, they were using a 34 ultrawide alongside a smaller 1920x1080 monitor. The issue was their KVM kept frying the HDMI ports on the smaller monitor. They decided upgrading to this big display would be a more cost-effective solution in the long run, and it seems to have paid off. It's created a much cleaner workspace. They like the flexibility of using the central portion of the screen as a 16:9 display and having the outer edges act as smaller secondary screens. They say it fits their workflow perfectly. They also appreciate the option to split the screen into 3 even sections, which works surprisingly well given the sheer size of this thing. As for image quality, this client has no complaints about resolution or text clarity. They were initially worried about text sharpness since they do a lot of coding, but everything is perfectly readable. Gaming is also a positive experience. With a 3060 Ti, they're limited to around 60 FPS in full screen, but that's more than enough for their casual gaming needs. One minor gripe is the lack of manual control over the pixel burn-in prevention feature. However, contrary to what other people are saying, this client does notice when the pixels shift to prevent burn-in. They describe it as a visible image movement, something that's not constant but definitely noticeable at times.
If this video helped you out, give it a like and hit subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.